Delicious, meat nutritious, and the snack that packs a real protein punch, Wonderful Pistachios. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value and making Wonderful Pistachios one of the highest protein nuts out there. But perhaps more than that, I love all of the flavors they have. Their sea salt and vinegar ones are my favorite when I'm craving that flavor, but still want to keep it healthy. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Wonderful Pistachios come in a variety of flavors like chili roasted, honey roasted, smoky barbecue, and jalapeno lime, to name a few. Perfect for enjoying with family or friends and taking them with you on the go. Whether you're a pistachio purist who loves cracking open every nut, or you prefer the convenience of no-shells pistachios, Wonderful Pistachios has got you covered. Grab Wonderful Pistachios and elevate your snacking game today. So fill up with a healthy snack when hunger strikes. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. That's wonderfulpistachios.com. This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 3205, There's No Speed Limit, by Derek Sivers of Sivers, that's SIVE.RS. And I'm your narrator, Justin Malik, reading you articles every single day of the year, the best ones I can find and get permission from, all to help us both get a little bit more positivity, inspiration, and motivation into our day. I'm ready to get right to today's post as we optimize your life. There's No Speed Limit, by Derek Sivers of Sivers, that's SIVE.RS. Whether you're a student, a teacher, or a parent, I think you'll appreciate this story of how one teacher can completely and permanently change someone's life in only a few lessons. I was 17 and about to start my first year at Berklee College of Music. I called a local recording studio with a random question about music typesetting. When the studio owner heard I was going to Berklee, he said, "I graduated from Berklee and taught there too. I'll bet I can teach you 2 years of theory and arranging in only a few lessons. I suspect you can graduate in 2 years if you understand there's no speed limit. Come by my studio at 9 o'clock tomorrow for your first lesson if you're interested. No charge." Graduate college in 2 years? Awesome. I liked his style. That was Kimo Williams. I showed up at his studio at 8:40 the next morning, super excited, though I waited outside before ringing his bell at 8:59. He opened the door. A tall man in a Hawaiian shirt and a big hat with a square scar on his nose, a laid-back demeanor, and a huge smile sizing me up, nodding. Recently, I heard him tell the story from his perspective. He said, "My doorbell rang at 8:59 one morning and I had no idea why. I run across kids all the time who say they want to be a great musician. I tell them I can help and tell them to show up at my studio at 9 o'clock if they're serious. Nobody ever does. It's how I weed out the really serious ones from the kids who just talk. But there was Derek, ready to go." After a 1-minute welcome, we were sitting at the piano, analyzing the sheet music for a jazz standard. He was quickly explaining the chords based on the diatonic scale, how the dissonance of the tritone in the 5 chord with a flat 7 is what makes it want to resolve to the 1. Within a minute, he started quizzing me. Well, if the 5 chord with the flat 7 has that tritone, then so does another flat 7 chord. Which one? The flat 2 chord? Right, so that's a substitute chord. Any flat 7 chord can be substituted with the other flat 7 that shares the same tritone. So reharmonize all the chords you can in this chart. Go. The pace was intense, and I loved it. Finally, someone was challenging me, keeping me in over my head, encouraging and expecting me to pull myself up quickly. I was learning so fast, it felt like the adrenaline rush you get while playing a video game. He tossed every fact at me and made me prove that I got it. In our 3-hour lesson that morning, he taught me a full semester of Berklee's harmony courses. In our next 4 lessons, he taught me the next 4 semesters of harmony and arranging classes. When I got to college and took my entrance exams, I tested out of those 6 semesters of requirements. Then, as Kimo suggested, I bought the course materials for other required classes and taught myself, doing the homework in my own time. Then I went to the department head and took the final exam, getting full credit for those courses. By doing this, in addition to completing my full course load, I graduated college in 2.5 years. I got my bachelor's degree when I was 20. Kimo's high expectations set a new pace for me. He taught me that the standard pace is for chumps, that the system is designed so anyone can keep up. If you're more driven than most people, you can do way more than anyone expects. And this principle applies to all of life, not just school. Before I met Kimo, I was just a kid who wanted to be a musician, doing it casually. Ever since our 5 lessons, I've had no speed limit. I owe every great thing that's happened in my life to Kimo's raised expectations. A random meeting and 5 music lessons showed me that I can do way more than the norm. 20 years later, Berkeley invited me to give the opening keynote speech to incoming first-year students. You can go to Sivers/Berkeley to see it. Kimo knows how much he means to me, and we're friends to this day. You just listened to the post titled, "There's No Speed Limit" by Derek Sivers of Sivers, that's SIVE.RS, and I'll be right back with my commentary. Thank you to Derek. The timing of this one is impeccable for me because just the other day, my family was having a discussion around my nephew's decision of which university to attend. And really, it's coming down to which major because one of the schools doesn't offer business administration as a major. The closest would be business economics. But the advice that seemed to come up the most was really revolving around the teachers and subject matter. My brother, the host of Optimal Health Daily, happens to be a university professor, and I was a business major myself who happened to change majors like 4 or 5 times. And we both were on the same page. We think what really matters most in college is getting as many classes you can that are the most interesting to you, the ones that actually have a chance that you'd read the course material for fun. And that's not always the case, but often it is. Not the school that's in a better location or more well-known necessarily, but the one where the classes aren't painful to get through because if you can do that, the teachers will notice, and the more the teachers notice, the more you'll enjoy school, and we think the more you'll succeed in whatever it is you choose to do next. Now, you might not be able to find a Kimo like Derek did, but you'll be much closer if you love the subject matter. Just my 2 cents on that. Thank you for listening, and hopefully you enjoyed this one from Derek as much as I did. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.